So we talk a lot about journaling on Hack EQ. So you've heard of journaling. How do you actually journal? What the hell does it do for you? And can you show me an example? So that's what someone asked me. They were having a hard time. This person had set a goal to reach. I'm not going to go into personal details. It involved weight loss, and they didn't get it on time. So they were feeling really disappointed. Their face was like they were really trying, and the weight wasn't going down. It was tough. And one of the things, I looked at her and I said, hey, don't binge eat because you didn't miss your goal. Go home, journal this all out. And then she asked me, what the hell is journaling? Like, how, what do you do? Can you show me an example? And so that's why I'm here today. There is an example below where I go through a real journal entry. I give instructions and then just straight up post a journal entry that's pretty raw. It's unedited. It's unedited, completely unedited. And the reason why you want to not edit your journal entries, you want to just free flow, you want to brainstorm, you want to let the words come out, is because if you use the left side of your brain to think about something, you won't tap into the feelings. And when you journal, you got to tap into the feelings. You got to get them out on paper. You got to vent on paper. Now this weird thing happens. It's almost magic. It's incredible. It's why there's thousands of research articles that say there's tremendous benefits to journaling. And as you can see right now, I actually purchased a course from Dan Siegel. And journaling is an entire way of making sense of your life. And it's a way of re-perceiving. So Dan Siegel, he's this UCLA guru, this mindfulness guru, neuroscience professor, travels all over the world, highly renowned. And this entire course, as you can see, is based on journaling, making sense of your narrative. And if you can make sense, then you can process the information more deeply. You can take away the insights and translate them into results.
So this is the course I'm talking about. I bought a Making Sense of Your Life course, and it was $89 with Dr. Dan Siegel, who's the guy I was talking about. And this is the lesson I'm talking about right here, where he talks about, read this right here. The writing exercises will walk you through the process of writing a coherent narrative. Think of writing as a coherent narrative as a tool that you can use throughout your life to both resolve traumas from your past and better understand your triggers today. So Dan and this lady talk about trauma and learning and
in the last lesson,
so forth. And they have this worksheet, and I don't want to like give away their content and get copyrighted or sued, and this is not ethical. But they give a write a coherent narrative worksheet, and I'm gonna take the basic premise of that narrative and put those directions below for you so that you can write your own narrative. And I'm going to show you again how I actually did it myself. So let's check that out.
That sounds all really vague right now. Let me just tell you, when I finished writing all this shit down, I felt better. It's that simple. I felt a lot better. And the reason I felt better, as Dan Siegel says it best, it's about integration. If you want to heal, or if you want to learn something, heal or learn, you have to integrate. And that just means you have to merge left and right brain. So left brain is very intellectual, right brain, emotional. So when you vent on paper, get all the shit out on paper, and you vent, just write it down, freestorm. I'm feeling like shit. This is what I feel like. This is what happened to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you read it through afterwards. You read it through with an intellectual brain, the rational brain. that helps balance out the perspective. So you get it out on the page with your right brain, and then you help clear it by reading over it again with the left brain, the rational brain. So getting it out of your system calms you down, then you can process the information differently with your other side of your brain. And in this particular example, I vent about a childhood memory. So Dan Siegel's course is about a childhood, how to heal from emotional trauma. And the same thing, so the memory below is actually where I was in first grade and I hit some girl in kindergarten. Like, she had scratched my arm and I overreacted. I feel terrible still. It's weird how this shit sticks with you. But I overreacted and I think I gave her like an Indian burn. All right, something like that. And I felt like she was picking on me and her friends were picking on me. So I like got really angry and channeled my anger into hurting her. And then like I felt extremely guilty afterwards. I felt terrible. So I write all that shit down. And then I help process it. I examine the beliefs, like if I have fun with someone, I think we were playing tag and they like picked on me. If I have fun with someone, then I might end up getting hurt. So that's a belief that I wrote down from my right side of my brain. Then I got to process it on my left side of my brain. And I was like, wait a minute, if I have fun with someone, that doesn't mean I'm going to get hurt. I also wrote down like the feelings, and then I could kind of release the feelings. So it's very, very powerful to clear your system and to see life differently, to use a journal. And I wanted to show you my real journal entry below so that you could actually benefit from it. And that's it for today. This is based on the wisdom of Patrick Buggy. So Patrick, we did a podcast interview and he talked about journaling, and he specifically was using journaling to use time management. And it inspired me to use journaling for a different type of emotional management. And that's what this episode is about. And we're just gonna cut it at that, and I'll see you. So now I want to end you with a question. Have you journaled before? What types of journaling do you find effective? Can you leave a comment and actually, have a conversation maybe? Great.